Hey, how you doing, everyone? I'd like to tell you something that may help you out. First of all, have you ever done a monologue before? If not, I'd like to tell you about what a monologue is and what you should know about monologues because there's a lot to it. Um, I've had to do them, I've had to do monologues, even in front of lots of people. So I'd like to give you some advice on doing monologues that'll help you. Okay. So, first of all, what is a monologue? A monologue is a long speech by one actor in a play or movie or as part of a theatrical or broadcast program. That's the definition of it. I looked it up. Example of a theatrical or a broadcast program could be like, I think they mean like an actor showcase. I've had to do an actor showcase before, and an actor showcase is where you have people like casting directors and agents and things like that in the audience, and they're looking for new talent, so they come to these and you put on a show where you do monologues and skits and things like that, uh, hoping to get noticed basically, and hoping that they sign you for TV commercials or things like that, and that gets you started in the acting field. So, um, monologues. What are monologues? They're about 1 minute. Okay, so when you find a monologue, usually find a monologue that's already done. You don't try to make up your own monologue. You don't write a monologue. You can, but a lot of times you just find one in a book. There's a lot of books out there. A lot of, if you search on Google 1 minute monologue, I'm sure you'll find a lot of them. Okay, so um, if you're trying out for, like, let's say a comedy role, then find a comedic uh, monologue. Don't try to find a dramatic role and say a dramatic role in trying to get a comedic role. Because they're looking for somebody funny, then if you're not funny, don't do one. Right? You want to stay with the part that you can do. So it's part of you, actually. So when you try out for a dramatic role, it's because maybe you are serious. Okay. If you're trying out for dramatic, yeah, so you don't pick out a comedic part. So, okay, so so you make sure your monologue fits the part or character you are trying out for in some way. So yeah, you want it to be like that. If they're looking for, if you're going out for the part of the lead role and it's a serious part, you don't want to go in there with a comedic monologue. You get the picture. Okay, so when you do a monologue, okay, this is when you do a monologue. You start immediately, okay? If they say do a monologue, you're not going, okay, you know, you, it's like action and then you're in character, okay? Um, you don't clear your throat and stuff. You don't give an introduction about it or anything like that. You just do it. Uh, you you are in character. You don't get into character, if that makes any sense. So you're not like slowly processing going into the character. Okay. Um, so you start right away. Uh, for example, when I had to do an actor showcase, it was pretty scary. You have a lot of people watching you, so if you don't have it memorized, if you're not ready, you get nervous, okay? And you don't want to mess up when everybody's eyes are on you. Um, Monologues can be pretty scary when you have a dialogue with other actors. Then it's not as scary because you are working off each other. But when you are doing a monologue, you're there alone, and you're speaking basically to a person that's not really there, but you're imagining that they are there. Okay, which I'll speak to you about that in a second. So anyway, in an actor showcase, what they do is when it's your turn to go on, they turn the light out, and then when I did it, it was pitch black, and I had to walk across the stage, and I knew there was a desk there, and I tried to find that desk with my hands because I didn't want to fall off the stage because the stage was high up. It was pretty, like 5 feet high. That would have been pretty embarrassing and pretty painful if I would have fell down and landed on someone's table. Because it was a dinner theater type monologue thing, and good thing I didn't do that, but I just kind of knew where I was going a little bit. And then when I felt the table, all of a sudden I got there, and I was just ready. And then all of a sudden the light went on, and I was, boom, I'm in character. I didn't, no hesitation, no clearing your throat. You're in character. You don't wait to get in. You don't try to get into character. The light goes on. It's like action. And then when you're done and you say your last line, they turn the light out again. It's like cut. Okay? And then when the light goes out and it says it's like cut, you basically walk off the stage on the other direction. Okay? I mean the same. So you come this way, you get here, you do your line, and then you go there. Okay? So, and then you just pray that you don't hear crickets after you're done with your monologue, especially at the actors showcase. I'm like, I hope they, you're done and you're like, I hope they at least clap for me, but they all did, and everybody was clapping, so I was very happy. So yeah, so, and then your biggest fear is over. But yeah, when you audition for a role or something in someone's office, you don't have 150 people, you just have one. Okay, and let's see, what else? Oh yeah, when you are doing a monologue, you want to pick a mark. You don't want to speak to someone who's not there, and then you keep looking, and then you're talking to that person, and then they're over there, and then it looks like, who are you talking to, man? Are you talking to two people? Or are you talking to one person? Are they walking back and forth? Why are you always looking around? But you find a mark, let's say something on the wall, maybe, but you don't want to stare at somebody in the audience or stare at they'll probably have a camera or something, and you do your monologue in the camera. But I had to do that before. But it was like a martial arts sci-fi movie. It was pretty cool. So I had to do that, and then do martial arts right in front of the camera, and this little mark, and then say, do some martial arts. And then I had to do martial arts in a little box. So I was like, right here in this little box, But, and then they may even ask you to do expressions and stuff like that. Give me a surprise look. Give me, angry look, whatever. So make sure you're ready for that. But for the monologue, yeah, make sure that you have a mark that signifies where the person's head is, that you are not keep looking around and it looks like you don't know who you're talking to. Okay, so and if it's a 1 minute monologue, which it will be, then don't if you practice it and you're like 30 seconds, then maybe you need to add some gestures, you need to add some some pauses, things like that. Maybe, yeah, you can work on it after you get it memorized. You can scratch your head, or do whatever you have to do to make it a little bit longer. Because if it's too short, then it's noticeable, very noticeable. Okay, and number one thing is find a role that fits your personality, it fits you, fits your demeanor, something that is like you. You don't want to, like I said before, you don't want to have a serious role. if you don't even look serious ever. You're just like, everybody sees you and they just laugh. You know, or so you want to find a part that fits you, fits your personality, um, something like that. So you don't want to uh, so the role should fit you. If you're playing like the mafia, you got to have the accent, but or something like that. So just do me a favor and have fun with it. Just find the part that fits you. It can be very stressful sometimes trying to when you're trying to do it, but if you have it memorized, it won't be stressful. You should probably just breeze through it, okay? So don't worry about it. Just try to memorize it and you'll be fine, okay? Um, that's about all I have right now. And and maybe later I will do some monologues so that you can see. But yeah, right now I'm just doing this, showing you what monologues are. Please like and subscribe, and maybe next time when you subscribe, click that notification thing, and then when I have a monologue on there, you'll see it. Okay? So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.